Welcome back to another Habs Nation special show of the Hockey Nation on the great Tuesday night, August 2024. Hopefully, an amazing, great start of your week. You're ready to rock and roll. And look like Montreal Canadiens are right now everywhere on the social media with that trade between the Columbus Blue Jackets and, of course, the Montreal Canadiens for Patrik Laine. And that's what we'll talk about again tonight. In baseball, you have some kind of cancellation game because it's raining. So the game is postponed. And obviously, we have a big storm in Thailand and it's pouring. It's called the Storm Frenchie. And because of that, but we have to postpone the show of the Montreal Expose to the next. The goaltender Daniel Bouchard, new subscriber at the Hockey Nation Live Show. We got Carey Price before. We got Cole Caulfield. We got Chris Chelios. Now, we not only have enough tap, but now we have Daniel Bouchard. Unbelievable. Anyhow, so the show is postponed because of the storm, and we have to do this next Tuesday, August 27. And I apologize. The reason behind that, honestly, is everybody want to talk about Patrik Laine, and I was really concerned if we talk about the Montreal Canadiens and then we shift to talking about Patrik Laine in the chat. And that's the reason behind that and nothing else. And, we can wait one more week. And I'm going to try to create more, bring better contents about the Montreal Expo whatsoever. I did a lot of search. I did a video. And I have a lot of information about the history, the franchise of the Montreal Expos from 1969 all the way to 2004. And during that show, we're going to create a kind of the team, the all-star team of the Montreal Expos by position. So we're going to go, example, the catcher. Honestly, we know Gary Carter should be the best catcher from Montreal Canadiens Expos, but we won't talk about other catcher. We'll talk about John Bocabella, Darren Fletcher, example. Barry Foote is another catcher. And we can go all the way like that for each position. For the right fielder, guys, this is not an easy position to find the best right fielder. Some people will tell me, of course, Vladimir Guerrero. I understand that. But we have Larry Walker over there. We have Ellis Valentine. We have Rusty Staub. Four great right fielder for the Montreal Expos. So be patient. Tonight is about Patrik Laine again. And I'm going to bring you something really interesting. If you follow me for a couple of years, more for the last 6 months, I really focus now on the facts. I tried to create some kind of graphic and number. I just not down on the switch and said, let's talk about the Montreal Canadiens and we see what the chat talk about and then we just have a conversation. I tried to make that channel a little bit more specific with great contents and hopefully all of you enjoy it and give a little bit more information and how I see different things to another pair of the eyes as a coach, but also as a fans like you are. So tonight, guys, the subject of the night is really Patrik Laine, the fixer. This is the subject of the night. And I think that will be very interesting the way I did it. Because I not only said Patrik Laine is a fixer, he just fixed this, that's it. But I'm going to bring you the reason behind that. And I prepare 4 different graphics about what happening for the Montreal Canadiens last season during the goal differential of 1 goal. We know Montreal Canadiens played 45 of the 82 games with a 1 goal differential. But maybe Patrik Laine is a fixer on that situation. So I'm going to give you a little bit more deeper what the Montreal Canadiens did with the 1 goal differential. What it was the lead after 2 periods. What happening during the 3rd period. What happening in the last 5 minutes of the game. how many goals Montreal Canadiens did in the last 2 minutes of the game during a one-goal differential game. I'm going to show to you everything about that, and then I'm going to give you the reason Montreal Canadiens trade, why he can fix things for the Montreal Canadiens, what kind of Patrik Laine you get, the first 175 game or the next 175 game, and finally the risk and the rewards of for the Montreal Canadiens and for Patrik Laine. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. I think it will be very interesting. Obviously, when I'm alone, I give you a break for NRTAP and Marco tonight. What a great job they did yesterday, both of them, talking about the trade, by the way. We are really lucky and grateful to have both of them carry on that channel night after night, talking about hockey and how knowledgeable they are about everything around the league. Guys, I'm really grateful and really thankful to have both of them inside the channel. And of course, without each one of you as a subscriber, we hit a really great day yesterday. We got 12 new subscribers, by the way. And then we got a lot of viewers during the show. But without you, this channel would not be impossible. And I just want to say thank you so much for your contribution to be with us every night when we turn the switch on. And don't forget, please, to click on the like. So hopefully, I'm going to carry on that for the next 90 minutes, and hopefully we have a great conversation in the chat. Like I said, when I'm alone, I focus on the camera. I don't know what's going on in the chat, and I will try to back and forth. But I want to see a little bit more on the subject of the evening for the Montreal Canadiens, Patrik Laine. And hopefully you're going to enjoy it and say, oh, that's a pretty amazing stuff. I never thought about this. But before we start, we're going to welcome everybody quickly one by one. And then after that, I'm going to go on the NHL news, the Montreal Canadiens. If I have a chance to answer your question, I will do my best. The best way to do that, put the letter Q in front of your question so I can research in the chat and figure out that part of that. People said, what happening last night, guys? Honestly, I tried to figure out what's happening. I don't know. I know we have some issues. I heard we have some issues with the software. At some point, they shut down the show, and at some point we heard like it's internet. Honestly, last night I have no clue. So I don't know. Only I pray to get a better internet. If I have to move, I'm going to move. Whatever it will take to make sure the Hockey Nation, the Habs Nation perform every single night, because you need to be with me every night. All right, people in the chat, Patrick LW is in the house. Claude Richard back in the house. Randy Walkman, of course, William McLary. We love to have William. A2 knocked the door again tonight. Luciano, moderator of the show. Harry back in the house tonight. Luc Laverson is in the house tonight. Luc Laverson talk about the Montreal Expo. Bob Smith knocked the door. Randy Walkman from Alberta is in the house. And then I will try to pick it up a little bit over, a little bit quicker, all the way up. Brendan Whiteman. Mr. Brendan, we remember you as a great knowledgeable of the show with NRTAP at the beginning of the 2 years. When we're talking about the select, the pick of the game of the night. Mac Babino is in the house tonight. We have also Gogol knocked the door. At the beginning of the show, we have some kind of conversation between Larry Lavallee, her best friend, Larry Lavallee from upstate. He prepared his suitcase to move to Arizona very soon. At the beginning of the show, we have Harry also, and Henry Wong is in the house. Julian Wiseman is in the house also. A lot of people, guys, thank to be with us. Don't forget, please, to click on the likes. We'll see a nice background. Coach A2, you're welcome. Luc Fortin knocked the door. Zep Lecab is in the house tonight. Randy talk about Mr. NRTAP. So that's what we got, guys. We're going to fly this really better, and hopefully you're going to enjoy it. I'm fired up, guys, talking about all the subject we have on this evening of the August 20, 2024 special edition of the Habs Nation Show because of Patrik Laine with the Montreal Canadiens. First of all, guys, the big news in NHL today is the Edmonton Oilers did not match up the offer sheet from the St. Louis Blues. So what happening? But Dylan Holloway moved from Edmonton Oilers with Philip Robert to the St. Louis Blues. With that, we understand the contract of Holloway at 2 point something, and then Probert at 4.6 and or 4.9, and then Holloway 2.6. Anyway, put this all together, guys. The cost of the two players is a second round pick and a third round pick. Both players was drafted first round pick. One was number 8, I believe, and the one was number 10. Both of them struggled. Sandy play in NHL, or they tried to play NHL. Both of them did pretty good during the playoff last season. It was the first time they highlighted their game. Stan Bowman and the Edmonton Oilers decide to not match up. They cover up with 2 trades, right? They got for the San Jose Sharks the defenseman, right defenseman, and Ty. And then they got also from the Vancouver Canucks, Bolzengin. Is it Bolzengin? They're 23 years old. But why did not match up? That's the biggest question about that. But first of all, to put both together inside of the Edmonton Oilers, they could with Kane on the long term. But when Kane come back, they don't have no option after that. And I think they will make that team with a little bit more concern about the salary cap in the next couple of years. First 1 year and 2 years. Both of them cannot be traded, by the way, by the St. Louis Blues and the next for the upcoming season. Thirdly, for the Edmonton Oilers, I think this is the year they're really targeting to win the Stanley Cup. I put them the winner of the Stanley Cup. But I think Sam Bowman want to get that kind of money on his pocket to make a big trade, a couple of big trades at the NHL draft. That's what I think it will at the NHL trade deadline. I apologize. That's happening. The reason behind that, of course, Probert was not considered a top 3 defenseman. I think he was more a third pairing defenseman, a 5th and 6th. They can maybe pick one and on the UFA, or they can maybe make a trade. And other way, it was starting to become at the top 9. We like his size. We like he's a young he's a young forward. I think this may be the missing piece of that puzzle, but it's not end of the world. And in my opinion, Edmonton are now, like I said, is the windows to win the Stanley Cup is right there. They negotiate also the contract of Leon Draisaitl for his final year contract. And we know he's going to get another big increasing from 8.5, I believe he will target, I believe, $12 million for Edmonton Oilers, with McDavid already at 13, close to 14. This is really not, it's 26 million crunch on the salary cap. It's not good. So this is the reason behind that, I believe, on this one. Peter August knocked the door. Welcome back, Peter. A long time we not see you, my friend. We really miss you. Right, knock the door also. And that's happening about that for the Edmonton Oilers. A lot of great contents, a lot of great conversation in the chat for this. Patrick is agree with all the way to match up, not forward. I think also for me, Patrick, but this is remind me the Kotkaniemi. Why? Because when they give him that kind of money, right? It's when you become RFA, it's really hard to take a player at that amount and then go backwards. It's impossible, right? Because the rule is if you're RFA, if you make $3 million, the next contract you get is a minimum of 10% more. So it's going to be $3.3 million. So A. Probert is at 2.5 example, but he cannot get $2 million after that. He's RFA. So at the end of the day, two players are going. Probert is really interesting case because he's at 4.6, I believe, or 4.8. If he's go have 2 bad year, he become RFA. I think he's going to have 1 more year RFA. I think now is St. Louis have difficulties to match up his salary. They will see what happening. But again, this is a really interesting news for the Edmonton Oilers. They not match up. That situation for that. What I said was the arrogance of Stan Bowman. He could have keep both, but said screw up to do to promising player. Now remember, both players did not want to play with the Oilers. both players request at some point to have more TOI or to get out of that organization. So I don't think so. Sam Bowman is a big piece of the puzzle. He just popped up a couple of weeks ago. I think Ken Olin missed the opposite to sign both of them during the season last year, and but unfortunately it did not happen. So I don't think so. Sam Bowman is a big mistake on that one. It's just he got a team with a salary cap is really at the top limit, and Lewis took advantage of that situation for the Edmonton Oilers. The next news, guys, is about the Kraken. Finally, another RFA. We know we have many RFA right now with no contract. We talk about Zellinger with Columbus, Raymond, Zeder, Jarvis, Mercer for the New Jersey Devils. But the Seattle Kraken announced that they got a contract with Matty Bernier, a second-round pick a couple years ago, at $7.4 million. $7.14 million AAV per year for the next 7 years. This will be shocking for me to get that kind of money. And you can see, guys, the difference between Ken Hughes, Ron Francis. That's right there. Now, I know Utah have a lot of money, but still, that's a lot of money for the guy have only 13.7 points. He have dropped his number of the point. At this amount, is considered to be the top center. We know Shane Wright will be a part of the big Basel of the upcoming season. 15 goals, 22 assists, 37 points for Bernier. And again, this is, for me, too much money. I like the longevity of this contract. But when you have a player like that after he drop, what it would be after that is a risk. But we'll see what he's going to be performing about this. We'll see what we're going about. And then, Coach, you got to add Lenny to the photo of the team and add logo, remove Harris. But Lenny, there for that one. And then, yeah, at some point we have to get that one for sure. For Harris to be out. And then we have this. Laurentien knocked the door. Welcome back. Ronnie Odette is in the house. And then, of course, a couple, it's fun conversation. All the oldest team in the NHL, 2 or 3 for win is all they can accomplish. Nothing with McJesus so far for the Edmonton Oilers. The next thing, guys, is about the Flyers. And we know what's happening. This is really interesting case. Rand Owenson. Owenson have a great start career with the Columbus Blue Jacket, if you remember that. And this is the big trade between the Columbus Blue Jacket and the Nashville Predator. If you remember, it was a 1-1. Rand Owenson for Zeb Jones. Owenson started very well his career after that, couple of years with the Predators. Never played the same level like the Columbus Blue Jacket, but still it was not bad at all. But then after that, it was involved with a trade that it was almost buy out by the Nashville Predator. It was sent to the Colorado Avalanche and at half price for Colorado Avalanche. Did not turn around to be good for the Colorado Avalanche and him. They feel it was not a great opportunity for them if he go further in the playoff. They make a trade and send him to the Flyers again, Sean Walker. Put this all together, the Flyers didn't want to get Owenson a part of the team, put him at AHL, blah, blah, blah. And definitely now they buy him out with unconditional waiver, and that is to terminate the contract of Rand Owenson. So now he will going to become a UFA. Now with Montreal Canadiens, can another team give him an opportunity? This is the kind of guy you can get below $1 million. A team like, I don't know, Chicago, San Jose, 2 teams right now at the bottom NHL, try to rebuild, could maybe use that, like a little bit more depth inside of the organization. I think, if you think about San Jose with Silly Briné and Will Smith, both center, and now, of course, they have Michael Backlund over there. I think that will be add another center like Owenson could helping. Again, I'm not saying he have to, but definitely that's something to consider about him for that one. And we'll see what happening for that. A lot of people talking inside the conversation. Keep up your great conversation. Add more information about this. The Vegas Golden Knights gave Tanner Pearson, remember? Yeah, the winner of the Stanley Cup with the Los Angeles Kings, trade to Vancouver Canucks until he got traded to the Montreal Canadiens for Casey DeSmith last year. Play the full year with the Montreal Canadiens, but unfortunately, turnaround to not be great. He was not traded at the trade line, and he became a UFA. Didn't have a no offer contract. He got a PTO with the Vegas Golden Knights. This is another opportunity for him to stay NHL. I don't think so. We make it, but the time we tell us if that's happening about that, we'll see if Pearson is going to get a new job and a new team, a new fresh start in NHL for Tanner Pearson. The next news in NHL, guys, the Vancouver Canucks. Interesting news on that one. The goaltender Demko, we know he got hurt last year, but remember, he was 2 years ago with a hip surgery, missed almost like the full year. Came back last year with a great start of the season, get hurt again. He did not perform. He did not play well. He did not play well. He did not play many games in the playoff because another injury. He looked like he's not going to be ready, possible for the main camp. Now, I didn't say at the beginning of the season yet. So this is the news came for the Vancouver Canucks. That's something we have to follow up for the next couple of weeks. Definitely, Randy Walkman is going to follow up that update. But again, the goaltender Demko is not going to be part of the training camp at the beginning with the Vancouver Canucks for the upcoming season. We see if he's going to be a part of the roster with the goaltender Zilov. That's another thing what happening with Vancouver Canucks. I think Vancouver Canucks are going to have a great year with a little bit of chin inside of the roster. They move a couple of players. The Mikheyev is out. And then we'll see Kuzmenko at the trade deadline. Zadorov did not resign. Langholm did not resign. And then they add Jake DeBrusk, by the way. Dude Beers in the house.
Super chat.
And we have Habs Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Habs Nation is back in the house. Not only to be with us, but also with a great super chat. It's about the amount. It's about the heart. That's the most important thing for me. And we really, really, really missing we're really, really missing Habs Nation. It was really part of the show many, many times during the season. We know he has some kind of health problem. We wish you the best, my friend. Prayer you taught, Mr. Habs Nation. But again, he did it. Super chat, Habs Nation. Thanks so much, Mr. Habs Nation, for your super chat tonight on the great Tuesday night, August 20, 2024, on the special show of the Habs Nation about Patrik Laine. Stay until to the end of the show. I'm going to give you all the information about what's going on with Patrik Laine. A lot of great information about in the chat right now. Until the trade deadline for now, unless a great deal show up for that one. Then my last news around the NHL. I know, Coach, talk about what you want to talk about. We have to go through this fun thing about. We have another trade between the Edmonton Oilers and St. Louis Blues. What? The Edmonton Oilers trade the best player on the planet, by the way. The trade guys, the Edmonton got that from the Blues, Paul Fisher. Defenseman play in the Notre Dame and NCAA. Not a really great defenseman, but we never see what happened. It was a third-round pick. And then also with a third-round pick, 2028, I was trying to say Fisher is 138 pick overall by the St. Louis Blues. And return future consideration. Now, Fisher, for the upcoming season, is going to stay one more year in NCAA. But again, this the key behind that, guys, is the third-round pick. I think Armstrong tried to be a little bit more nicer to Edmonton Oilers. So, you know what, guy, I'm going to make a trade. I'm going to give you a third-round pick for what we got from you guys. Again, this is only me. It's not I read somewhere. I think they tried to calm down everything. And now for that, I think if you put everything together, Brobert, Holloway, 2 third-round pick and a second-round pick, that will calm down the the animosity between both. I don't know. But I think this is the key behind that because you think about this, future consideration, Paul Fisher is not going to be a part of the roster for the Edmonton Oilers for the next 4 or 5 years. For the third round pick, and we talk about 2028. The Oilers didn't have a lot of pick for the upcoming NHL draft, by the way. Now they have two more, but still, that's the only way I see the purpose behind that trade is to get a bit more compensation to the Oilers from the St. Louis Blues. Could be right, could be wrong. We'll see what's happening about that one. So we'll see. Do you think Hughes will make another to address the left side forward? Not all can shoot off the same side. I don't think so. Great question, by the way, by Ellen. I don't think Ken Hughes right now is going to make any other move. At least he has some injuries, but again, it's very quiet now. If you look about the trade bait, they have only Zegras I can mention right there. Is on the trade bait. The UFA is very low. GBR, Dyson Barry, a defenseman. I don't think Montreal is going to targeting that way with there for right now. Until the beginning of the season and until at some point we're targeting to add more players because they have money. Now the money is really tight. They have a great roster. I don't see Ken Hughes to make any move for any concern, like Helen said, on the left side or maybe on the right side defenseman. I don't see that. I really now close the shopping for the next couple of weeks and months and see what's happening. Now, Hughes is going to be active at the trade deadline. Why? Because we already know they have a lot of players on the final year contract. The Savard, the Devorak, the Evans, the Armia, the Pesera. They have a couple of players like RHP as a RFA. But still, so you have 5 possible players could be traded. Now, the only thing I can see, and again, when I said that, I'm really reserved, is, at the main camp, they always have a surprise player, a player with no expectation, or maybe you expect, he maybe have a chance to make the team. It could happen. Again, I'm just reserved on that one. I feel like it would not hurt Logan Mailloux, David Rebacker, Owen Beck. They are the 3 potential players I think they could deserve or they could have an opportunity to play with the Montreal Canadiens at the beginning of the roster. And now, if we don't have no injuries, said that, I think it would be more benefit for them to go at Laval and play. It's going to have some open spot at some points on the season. Other fact, you could have injuries and you could have a trade. It will happen. So if you put this all together, those players are going to develop at Laval. Now the Montreal Canadiens on the second phase of the rebuilding. They have asset. They have asset now to say, you know what, we can let them wait over there 1 more year and extra game to play with an American Hockey League and then bring back at the right time with the Montreal Canadiens. You see what happened last year. Justin Barron got the call up. RHP the year before. Joshua Roy is another one. That's what I'm thinking for the Montreal Canadiens for the next couple of weeks and months. But again, expect at some point to see Rebacker or Mailloux, Owen Beck, and to be sure Joshua Roy part of the main camp of the roster. I think would be those players. Well, you never talk about Laine Hudson. I believe now with the Jordan Harris out of the line of the roster, I think Laine Hudson, he got a promotion to be with the Montreal Canadiens at the beginning of the season. The only way he would go with Laval because he have really bad main camp. That's the only way. I think Joshua Roy have a spot, but Joshua Roy, he have a bad main camp. He could be back in Laval. Both of them are exempt waiver. And the same situation with Jaden Straubel. Again, Montreal Canadiens are going to start with Alex Barry-Boulet or not. Take the spot at RHP or Emil Henneman. And Montreal Canadiens are going to start with 14 forward or 13 forward and 7 or 8 defensemen. This is going to be decided, honestly, during the main camp. I don't have the right answer to you at this moment. we'll see what could turn around over there. So a lot of great comments inside the chat. Got Carlo Casella, welcome back. Can make the playoff this year. Dewsby back in the house tonight. And then we have other people. Bob Smith considers delivery. Great confidence about that. Thanks again. Don't forget, please, to click on the like. Don't forget, tomorrow night we have another show of the Montreal Canadiens, the Notebook, with Marco Larrabee and our top. We try to get Gregory Hamel. We'll see if we can get him. And then, of course, the show of the Montreal Expos postponed tonight. It's stormy, it's raining, it's pouring. We're going to bring back next Tuesday, guys. I think it was the right call. I want to thank Marco and Artap and Luciano to let me know that it would be better to talk about Patrik Laine tonight. So I appreciate their feedback about that. And then, of course, don't forget, next Sunday, we have another show about the Montreal Canadiens weekly report. I think in the chat, Roy said, Coach, there are also those who have a poor cam and fell out of the big team. Yes, Roy, this is a great comment about that. But remember, guys, it's really difficult to make a player go down with the salary and the possibility to lose those players at the waiver on the waiver. So I don't think so will happen. Like, I don't know, like name it. You give me a name, right? You have a very bad cam, and I don't think so. I think it's the youngest player could be sent down. I don't think so. A guy like Mike Madison or Joel Armia or anyway to go from that team and go down in Laval. But I can understand your point of view. But I think that they need experience right now. All those players, like, they are guaranteed to start, I believe, and we'll see. Abination, boo, I'm here for the Montreal Expos. Abination, yes, I understand, Abination. Stay tuned with us. Be patient. One more weeks next week, and we are ready, guys. We're getting a lot of great things, a great content. Give me a little bit more chance for me to search more information about the Montreal Expos. I don't want to come here for the Montreal Expos and say, oh, give me your best memories for the Montreal Expos. That's how I want to give you a bit more information. How many owners, how many GM, the best 3, 4, 5 seasons of the Montreal Expos. What happening behind the scenes, right? What happening in that? The stadium when they play Puerto Rico, and the Montreal Expos in 1981, the Rick Monday home run, then the year of 1979, and then the 1993, the 1994. What happening at 2004? And during you're going to see a Montreal. If you look about the Expos, guys, they have a gap of 7, 8 years. Fifth, sixth, then second, third. Well, they are one year with 1 year. And then we'll talk about, of course, every player's mark every decade of the Montreal Expos. So, guys, I'm proud. Believe me, it's going to be a great show. Just a little bit more patient with us for that one. It's not our money. Money is going to clear another 2.2 million in space before the season starts. Pizza, welcome back in the show. So the salary cap for the Montreal Canadiens, you're absolutely right. They are minus 2.2. But if you put the players like Strabo, one of them, it could be sent down in Laval Rocket. Joshua Watt, it could be sent down with a Laval Rocket for 1 day, right? You put this all together, but they're going to have enough money to cover carry price with the roster for the Montreal Canadiens at the beginning of the season. And then after that, the next day, when the season starts, but they can bring back both players for the Laval Rocket, and then they can put carry price. So he says just like a way to make some kind of, to be under the salary cap at the beginning of the season, and that's not a big problem. The reason why they trade it's a good to trade Jordan Harris, not as the hockey player, the human being, but for the salary cap, he was the highest defenseman at 1.4. That gave the Montreal Canadiens to go under and to get that kind of money, like you said, Pizza, about that one over there. Coach, will you end up postponing again on the good so expose one you sign Askarov? If it's the case, guys, we're going to stay on the Montreal Canadiens, of course, but I don't expect Askarov with the Montreal Expos. I think the Montreal Canadiens are really focusing on the development of Jacob Fuller They really like the kid. They like his character. He like his motivation, his passion, how he respond. He loved the big. He been on the big moment and NCAA and the USHL, and this is what the kind of player Montreal always looking. They're looking for the prospect pre-big game, not only a regular season. They want the player have some kind of experience at young age and how they respond about that. I just mentioned Fuller, USHL, MVP playoff. Look, Owen Beck, MVP Memorial Cup, two-time in the Memorial Cup, play big game. Look about what happened with Sakaski before he get draft. He played all the way to the World Championship with the Team Olympics. This is what they're looking for. They mix the character of the players, go with the draft when they select the player. So this is another reason about this for that one. But Russell Smith is in the house tonight. Welcome back, Russell. TH is in the house tonight. Evan N26 knocked the door. A lot of great people chat. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. That'd be awesome for that one. Dudes talk about the 2025-26. Suzuki, Sakaski, Laine, Dak, Dimitar. Right when it comes the last time I had a lineup like that, you talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's funny you talk about this Dewsbury. I sent at 3 o'clock a.m., 2:38 a.m. this morning. I cannot sleep last night. My schedule of sleeping is messed up right now. It's okay. It's not a big deal. It is what it is. But I said to Marco Enarta, if you put Demidov with Caulfield and Suzuki, and you put the big gun, the big size, the Sakaski, Doc, and Laine together, 6'5", 6'3", 6'4". But now he said only the size. No, because Laine need a playmaker. I think Sakaski is the kind of player can become with the Montreal Canadiens. You thinking Sakaski score more goal? No, I think Marco is all right. He's a guy can drive that line and he have a great vision. He passed the puck very well. And Laine need the kind of player like that. The Doc is the hunter. The Doc guys, he can pick up the puck in the corner. He's strong, he's physical, and he retrieve the puck. This could be a great line. The first line, guys, you have a guy can put a puck, Caulfield. The Suzuki is a playmaker, and you have a driver driving the play is Dimitar. Put this all together, guys. Again, it's when you don't sleep the night, you're thinking about the Montreal Canadiens, how they're going to make the playoff, and what it look like in the next 2 years. That's it. That's all, guys. Anything else about that? Now, let's see what we got a little bit later. And the chat, guys, I'll try to pick up a couple of things right there. Great to be here, Russell. Always a pleasure to have you. Now, let's move on, guys. A subject of the night, and of course, I'm going. It's going to be for the next 15 minutes. I'm going to have a time to talk with each one of you. I'm going to make a pause during my exercise, and then check what's going on in the chat. So what I've been, guys, the subject of the night is the fixer. So I did, guys, some kind of graphic for you, first of all. And then after that, I'm going to tell you why is a fixer. And then after that, I would tell you what kind of player Patrik Laine could be. And then after that, I'm going to tell you what the team, the risk and the rewards. And hopefully you're going to understand a bit more, because some of you are a little bit worried about Patrik Laine. And I'm going to give you a little bit more in about Patrik Laine and the locker room, the personality, his character, and the human being before he is the hockey player. So hopefully that will help you to understand a bit more about that. So the first graphic, guys, if I'm right, hopefully I'm right about this. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. So the Montreal Canadiens, guys, the goal for and the goal against. I'm going to start with that one. Montreal Canadiens, in the first period, they scored 70 goals. Second period, 81. Third period, 75. There was 22nd in the ranking during the first period, 22nd during the second period, and 26th in the third period. So they really struggled more at the third period. The Montreal Canadiens against goal. 65 only. They are really good. 8 in NHL. They already have a good first period last season. They were 27 with 101 goals during the second period. And of course, during the third period, guys, they gave 107 goals. Yes, they had 12 goals, I believe, and the empty net goal against them. But at the end of the day, or 14, they are 29 goals again. The differential, guys, for the first period is +5, -20 second period, and -32 during the third period. It's not big an impact about Patrik Laine, but just give you an overview of the performance per period for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, the goals for and the goal again are 5 versus 5 on the power play and the shot and dead. That's a special team. We know Patrik Laine is a good on the power play. Montreal Canadiens on goals for are 5 versus 5, 181 goals. There was 26 in NHL. They scored 44 goals and the power play, and they are number 25 in NHL. And the shot and dead goal, there was 7 of them, and there was 14. So they scored 7 goals when there was a 4 versus 5 or a penalty kill. The Habs goal again at 5 versus 5. Montreal Canadiens gave only 166 goals. Then they gave 59 goals on the power play, and they gave 12 goals. This is the highest number in NHL with the Pittsburgh Penguins. So what happening when they are on the power play? They try to score, and boom, a turnover, and they have a goal. This is the short-ended goal against. Now, if you look about the differential, 5 versus 5, I like that stat. +15 for the Montreal Canadiens. I don't like the power play, -15, and I don't like the short-ended -5. Those two stats at the end, you need to be at the plus to have a better team to become more successful. This is the reason I talk about this one over there. Now, my next one, guy, is the Montreal Canadiens game by 1 goal. Stay with me, guys. I know it's maybe boring or just number, but I'm going to give you the purpose behind that. Montreal Canadiens they won 17 games by 1 goal last season. They lost 28 games. But of this, guys, they have 45 games of the 82 game, and with 1 goal differential. They have 6 wins in overtime. They lost 8 times in overtime, and the shootout, they win 4 times and they lose 8 times. The record on the overtime and shootout, 10 W and 16 loss for the Montreal Canadiens. I'll give you the differential of 1 game of the 26 of the 45 game result by an overtime or by a shootout. Now, the Montreal Canadiens, after the second period, very interesting stat. Montreal Canadiens won the lead. They are 21-05 after the second period. Remember, they gave a lot of goals on the third period, but when they lead, they win most of the time. When they trail, on the 39 game, they only come back to win 4 games. And finally, when they tie at the beginning of the second period, guys, the record is 5-6-6. Very interesting stat to know about that, what happening with the Montreal Canadiens on that one. Now, the next thing about this, finally, is my last graphic, because you want to see more things. Montreal Canadiens, 1 goal at the third period. This getting very interesting. So, like I said, I do some search. I pass my time to do it during the day. Montreal Canadiens, the last 5 minutes of the game. The final game is by 1 goal. It's happened when it's 6-3 or 5-2 or 4-1. But when the final game is by 1 goal. The Montreal Canadiens have 0 goal in the last 5 minutes. They have 1 goal in the last 3 minutes, and they have 0 goal in the last minute. Again, this is only when they losing by 1 goal. The opponent team scored 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. And remember that one, guys, the first goal at the first game against Toronto Maple Leafs when they lost 6-5 and a shootout. Montreal was lead 5-3. Matthews scored 2 goals at the 4 minute and at 1 minute at the end of the game to tie the game 5-5. Same situation happening again at Detroit Red Wings. The last game of the season, Montreal was, I believe, lead by 2 goals, and they got tied at the last second of the game, and then they lost again on overtime. And finally, the last 3 minutes, they gave 4 goals, and the last 2 minutes, last minute, they gave 2 goals. It is what it is, but you can see Montreal Canadiens, guys, is 1 versus 8. Not good. Finally, the game by 1 goal at the third period. Montreal Canadiens, when they get there, the record is 1-3 in overtime, and then they are shootout 0-5. So what happening, guys, is they gave a goal at the last part of the 5 minutes, and the record is only 1-8. That's not good. Remember, they are 10-16, the final record about that. Finally, one more stat before we leave. This is a really interesting stat. It's the leading and the training minutes per team. It's a little bit small for each one of you in the graphic. I can understand that. So what I did, guys, I'm helping you to understand that is because I give a little bit more this fun team and the Montreal Canadiens. So Montreal Canadiens, they lead 17 minutes 37 average per game in NHL last year. When they trail, they are 23 minutes and 32 seconds during the game. And when they are tied, they are 19 minutes and 59 per game. Put this all together, is 16 minutes, right? And their point average per game is 0.0927. This is the stat of the Montreal game. It's not a big deal. For me, it is. Because if you lead more minutes per game, you have a better chance to win the game at the end of the day. And their Montreal game, I believe, was 26. And I want to thank Mr. Narta for that one to contribute on that one. But put this all together and the pot, what happening? What's the reason behind that? But the purpose of that, guys, is about the fixer. The Patrik Laine fixer. That's all about. Before that, I'm going to see what's going on in the chat. We have a couple of people. How can they have 0 last 5 minutes, but 1 in the last 2 minutes? So what happening, Peter, is like, I put the goal between 5 minutes to 3 minutes, 3 minutes to 1 minute, and 1 minute to 0. So thanks for your question about that. That's the reason behind that. So it's not like the last 5 minutes. So example, they score at 4:32, category last 5 minutes. They score at 2:31, category second 3 minutes, and it score at 0 points. I don't know, 10 seconds at the end of the game. I put this as the category 1 minute. So hopefully that clarifies the situation. Yes, coach, we know we are a bad team, but we're getting closer, guys. So because of that, Patrik Laine the fixer. But he will fix a lot of things, first of all. In my opinion, he will fix the goal for. Montreal Canadiens are 29, I believe, last season, are at the bottom with 232 goals. To make a better team in NHL, you need at least 250 goals to 260 goals. When you reach that number, but you have better chance to make in the race of the playoff and maybe be in the playoff. They fixed the power play. Montreal Canadiens, the power play last season was 17.3, and they are at the bottom in NHL again. Better. They're increasing the power play from 13 to 15, 16 to 17. But we know what Laine can do on power play. Now, yes, the conversation last night was that who did put him on the power play number 1, power play number 2. Martin St. Louis is really good on the recognize what is right, what is wrong. I believe, in my opinion, it will start Patrik Laine on the second unit power play. That will diminish the time of the TOI of the first one, Dak, Sakowski, Caulfield, Suzuki, and Madison. They will add now new hook with Patrik Laine and Laine Hudson on the second unit power play, I believe. Now you can add a player like Josh Anderson and Joshua Roy on that power play too. You can add Gallagher if you want to. Put this all together, the balance of the power play is getting better, fixed for the Montreal Canadiens. I believe with Laine Hudson And Patrik Laine, the power play could reach for the first time since 2017 season and 2018, the 20%. Remember, the last time it was 19.8, I believe, for the Montreal Canadiens. Since that, Montreal has never been at that level. That will be helping the Montreal. Thanks for the likes. Don't forget to click on the like. Secondly, for the last couple of weeks, a month, we're looking for the second line forward winger. We know we expect New Hook, Kirby Dak together, but we're missing the third one. We put Armia, Gallagher, Anderson, Joshua Roy, RHP there. We tried to figure out what it would be. Now they have it. Patrik Laine, fixer, checkpoint right there. Then with that balance better the all lines and Montreal Canadiens. We talked about this yesterday. I don't know if I have a picture. If I can see it, guys, I will do it for you on that one. That's the line Montreal Canadiens. If you think about this, all the line they have, I'm talking about Caulfield, Zuski, Sakarski. Laine, we have Doc and New Hook. Third line, we have Joshua Roy, Devorak, Josh Anderson. Finally, we have Gallagher, Jake Evans, and Joel Armia. And then extra, you have Barry Boulet. And of course, you have Pesera and RHP on the long-term reserve with Carey Price. And now for the defensemen, everything like that, I don't want to get there. But give you guys the reason why I said is another fixer, Patrik Laine, because he balanced the four line for the Montreal Canadiens. That's looking good for the upcoming season. Stay with me, guys. We'll continue talking about the fixer, Patrik Laine. With him in the lineup, not only the balance the line, but it become that team better. In my opinion, that gave an extra 6, 7, 8, 9 more points in the standing. That put them approximately 85 points. I know I don't like it, but it is what it is. Why, coach? Because I want them to select top 5 next year to get Michael Miza or Roger McQueen. You're going to hear that all year long from me. But it's okay if they select 9, 10. 85 point to 88 point, guys, is a selection between 8 to 12 in NHL. When you reach 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, you select usually 13, 14, 15, and 16. Between 80 to 85, but is the team select between 6, 7, and 8. That gives you a 90% average of the standing in NHL. So that will give you a little bit an idea right there. Now, fix the winger size. We have a show Sunday about the size of Montreal Canadiens. We explain this when you go into the playoff. Again, we're talking about to add a 6'5", 205 pounds. Now the forward are getting bigger as a winger. We have Josh Anderson, right? We have Joel Armia. They have Juraj Sikorsky. You have Kirby Dak. All those are 6'3" and plus. Getting bigger on the side. So what he brings, that is, of course, another fix for Patrik Laine. And finally, he's starting to fix the roster construction for Montreal again. This is the first bricks of the phase of the roster construction by the Montreal Canadiens. Before that, we're still in the phase 1. And we still have a mix between that. Now, with Patrik Laine, is a roster construction, but next year, we're going to fix more because now we're going to delete the final year contract of the 5 players. We talked about them a little bit earlier. So this is another fix for Patrik Laine on the maybe, not only for 2 years, could be a little bit longer. Remember, guys, he's only 26 years old. A 35 goals game a season this year, a 35 more next season. What do you do with him? To let him go? Or you keep him? Again, I have no answer on that one. But that's possibility of the risk rewards of the trade for the Montreal Canadiens about that. Bob Z is in the house. Must adopt a much better approach to the defense side. He's a career minus 58. Let's hope Marty and so fix that part of the game. Yes, I did not talk about that one over there yet. We're going to get there. But he has, like many scorers in NHL, come with a defensive lack of coverage. Ovechkin, Huberdeau, been there. Can he become better? I think it's not only the part of Laine, but the system together. And unfortunately, right now, Montreal Canadiens, their system man-to-man does not work very well. And unfortunately, Montreal Canadiens are the bottom in the NHL with goal against. And unfortunately, the inexperience of the Montreal Canadiens defenseman does not help. And remember, now we have a first goaltender for his first year professional as the number one. And we have a first goaltender as a backup, number two, Primo, as a new goaltender for Montreal Canadiens. They have experience in playing in the show, but he play a specific role. They never been there. Pressure, I don't know what could happen about that. So at the end of the day, I think we'll be there. So, I was for the low risk. Why not to try and see a good match? Frank, well done, well said. Welcome in the family of the Hockey Nation, Habs Nation. And don't forget, please, to subscribe and click on the likes. Let's move on, guys. Now, the next thing I want to talk about this. We're going to have a lot of time, guys, to talking about your situation, what you bring on the chat. I'm going to give you at least a 15 minutes. I'm going to talk more after what we just did as an exercise. I'm not done yet. Give me about 10 more minutes. Now, Montreal Canadiens are now at the change, at the shift of the new roster construction. This was the key for the Montreal Canadiens. Before that, they would just try to the transition to rebuild, to remove the bad contract, to remove the player they don't want to see a long term with the team. And now they're getting at the final year contract of 5 of them. And then this is the first shift where they can put a big piece of the puzzle on the roster construction until the next one is Demidov. They draft Demidov, by the way. So I took, for example, the Sean Monahan versus Patrik Laine situation to understand a bit more to what happening on that fixer of the Patrik Laine. If you look about how they get him, the Montreal Canadiens, it's really interesting. They have a lot of similar situation between Sean Monahan and Patrik Laine. Monahan was traded to the Montreal Canadiens 2 years ago during the month of August with a first-round pick. At that moment, Montreal Canadiens are targeting asset. They knew it wouldn't be a short term compared to Laine. And if you look about that, both players are at the point now to resurrect their career. Monahan came for the injuries. Laine is coming with injuries also, but with some kind of red flag as a teammate and the locker room request to get out. Both of them right now are trying to be back in NHL on the good term. It took Monahan 2 years with the Montreal Canadiens, by the way. Both of them are high pick in the NHL draft. Both of them are prolific NHL scorer. Laine can put a puck in the net. Monahan did very well with the Calgary Flames for a couple of years before he got his kind of injury with the hip. Both of them have some health issues. Just mentioned about Monahan, Patrik Laine, wrist, shoulder. Both of them are possible to play 2 years with the Montreal Canadiens. That's happening with Monahan. They keep him after 1 year. They offer him a $1.9 contract, $1 million, plus a signing bonus of $15 million to reach the $2 million. And Monahan gave them not only a first pick round, but he also gave an extra first round pick by the Winnipeg Jet, and return guy, they got Michael Edge. The first one, they got Philippe Mazar. That was the rewards of the Sean Monahan. Patrik Laine, we don't know yet. But they got a second round pick with him for the Montreal Canadiens. He has 2-year contract at $8.7 million for the next 2 years. It could be finished after 2 years with the Montreal Canadiens. It could be trade at the traded line. What will be the rewards? This all what happening in the next 2 years. I'm not see the future to tell you what is going to look like and everything like that. But this is the facts of both of them, Sean Monahan and, of course, of the Patrik Laine. Now, what is not similar between both of them? is because where the Habs are as a team and their ambition at this moment. The time of Montreal, guys, it was a transition for the Montreal Canadiens to accumulate asset. Most of them was more by picks, first round pick, second round pick, by draft, and then by trade, few of them. Could be Doc for Romanov, Alex Newhook. After that, what we had today, Montreal Canadiens now are not targeting asset anymore. They're targeting to the roster construction. Is the one piece is Patrik Laine. So my point is about the ambition of the team. They want to become better. They want to helping reward the players. They want to have Martin Saint-Louis have a better players in front of him and to try to make a good season already in 2024-2025. So there are two different vision with Montreal, asset, with Laine, ambition, progression, development, better team, better result, better outcome. We'll see if this is going to happening after that. Now, like I said, Montreal was a flip players. Wait a minute. Was not Flipper, the Dolphin. It was a flip player. So what he was trying to do with Montreal, guys, it was a short term with them and turn around to trade him at the trade deadline. It's interesting, guys. Remember the injury on Montreal in December when he tried to play one extra game with a boot and broken foot? That injury keep the Montreal Canadiens to keep him for one more year. Sometimes in life, you never know what could happen, what is a negative news on a challenge or an adversity, and look the outcome after that. That's called the flip players Montreal. Laine is a step forward on the progression of the team, his ambition, and to reach the next level of the rebuilding team. This is a switch of the Montreal Canadiens, a shift, like I mentioned to you, a change, like I mentioned to you, by two players, Montreal and by Patrik Laine. We're not done yet, guys. I'm getting there. Now, when you have a trade, you have a risk and you have the rewards. The key is this one for Patrik Laine. We have to be honest. Some of you in the chat talk about the red flag, the human being, the teammates, the locker room, the request to get trade, the injuries, lack of work ethic. If you watch my video this morning, I talk about lack of commitment, lack of motivation, lack of passion, lack of consistency, lack of maturity. But Patrik Laine, during his first 305 game in NHL, he has 138 goals. Patrik Laine, in the next 175 game in NHL, he had only 68 goals. He was the 9 players standing ranking with the most goals during his first 300 game in NHL during that span. After that, he has a 132 second players with only 68 goals in the next 175 game. Question is, which Patrik Laine are you going to get? The risk for any trade, you never know. This is a reward for the Montreal Canadiens. And we have a statement on the press conference of Ken Hughes I want to sharing with you. And you're going to starting to understand my resume or my exercise tonight about Patrik Laine, the fixer for the Montreal Canadiens. Hughes said, I relate to him that if you come here ready to contribute to this team, to do everything and your power, everything on your power to help us, the Montreal Canadiens, get to a place, it's that the opportunity you are looking for, then say no more. That's what I want to hear from you, Patrik Laine. You score 20 goals or 40 goals, your success here will not strictly be defined by the goal. This is the way I want you to understand Montreal Canadiens fans tonight. Don't looking for Patrik Laine only about the number of the goal they're going to score with the Montreal Canadiens this year and next season. But overall, the progression, the success of the Montreal Canadiens by the contribution of Patrik Laine and the lineup for the next 2 years at $8.7 million. Bang! That's right there. The statement of the Ken Hughes and how I appreciate Ken Hughes, the general manager, and I want you to understand the risk and the rewards and what are the goals and the purpose of the trade and the reason where the Montreal Canadiens staff management, the Jeff Gordon, the Martin St. Louis, and the Ken Hughes have the vision and what they're looking for. This is where we never know how they are thinking, the purpose of the action, and the purpose of the decision sometimes. Because we are not in their shoes and we are not inside of the meetings. We could have assumed, but we never know exactly what they are moving forward and the reason behind that. And this is a great point for Ken Hughes. And I love that one, guys. I really love his comments about that one. And finally, guys, Montreal Canadiens are on the shift right now with the add of the Laine on the roster. They are shifting from the rebuilding to the roster construction. Then Patrik Laine is a fixer. And I'll tell you why. The Montreal Canadiens are ready now to compete. The Montreal Canadiens are ready to embark of a new way to become a better team. That's not said they're going to be in the playoff. That's not said they have no chance to be finished on the bottom 5. But the direction is right there as to ambition to become who they want to be, from good to even to become great. Not going to happen, guys, on the season 2024-2025. Not going to happen, guys, on the season 25-26. It's going to starting to be the really great at the season 26-27 and the next 3 years. During the time, you make one more bricks. You add one more players. You delete one more players. You make a change. You make a trade. You sign a UFA. You develop player behind that from the pipeline, out of the roster. We're looking for the best 23 player for the Montreal Canadiens in the next 3 years. So this is just only the first move of the roster construction. From an average team, try to become good and they become, of course, great. Montreal Canadiens are ready to take a risk. And I want to say you, watching my video this morning, I talk about the low risk of Montreal Canadiens. The cost, it was really low. And the risk is really low. After 2 years, guys, goodbye. We just move on. It could be next year. It could be any time. The cost is really low and the risk is really low. That's what I like, that trade. That's what I believe this trade is a great and the opportunity for the Montreal Canadiens and for Patrik Laine is great. And that's bring me now to the players. The new fresh start of Patrik Laine he's looking for. I never mentioned in the last 24 hours, at any moment, his mental NHL request assistant program. I don't want to get there. I don't want to talk about this. This is personal. This is his life, and I don't want to go there. But I know one thing. He's motivated. He wants to prove it. He wants to come back. He wants to become the 40th goal scorer. And he is a new person. He have a lot of help by his girlfriend. Put this all together, he maybe reached a level of his life where the maturity is getting now where he wants to be. This is a great time for both together, the Montreal Canadiens looking to become better, and for Patrik Laine to have a new fresh start as a hockey player, most of all thing as a human being. But what's the risk, coach? He's not good in the locker room. He's not great in the locker room. You know what happened with Winnipeg Jet. You know what happened with Columbus Blue Jacket and everything. Here where I'm so have no concern about Patrik Laine behavior in the locker room. Why, coach? But because the Montreal Canadiens, first of all, the culture from Josh Molson all the way to the bottom is strong, is strength, and they show for all of them what looked like the culture now for the Montreal Canadiens. Secondly, the locker room of the Montreal Canadiens is so strong, so good, so great by their leadership inside the locker room. It would be difficult for a player like Patrik Laine to disturb that room. Look what happened with Jonathan Drouin. Look what happened with Mike Hoffman. When I said that, they got removed at some different time of their career with the Montreal Canadiens. Why? Because they was not fit. This is where I'm so excited. I have no concern about Patrik Laine to disturb the locker room and to be unhappy in Montreal Canadiens and to feel pity and to be negative and to have some kind of controversy with Martin St. Louis. And finally, this is what I want to talk about is Martin St. Louis. Yes, he's not perfect. Yes, he's a coach with no experience. Yes, he's still learning. Yes, he needs to learn more. Yes, he needs to become better. But his experience as a players in NHL, undrafted, make his career at the highest of his skill and talent. Small players, challenge, adversity, took advantage of opportunity in front of him with the Tampa Bay Lightning, with the New York Rangers. Put this all together with what he's have as an experience, I think this is the reason make the Montreal Canadiens a new destination to play with them. Never happened in the last 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. It will take more time, but player will be excited to come with to play with the Montreal Canadiens. And the key on that one is Martin St. Louis behind the bench, the success of the team, the way they have the new culture from Jeff Gordon and Ken Hughes, and the way that they carry on this all together from Martin St. Louis, of course. And I think when Martin St. Louis is going to have more experience as a coach, have a better control of his system to make the team better. Put this all together, guys. It's not only Patrik Laine. You're going to have a big name who love to play Montreal Canadiens, because what Montreal Canadiens do is to helping the player to develop more, to progress better, and to have a better number, and to have more money. It's a business at the end of the day. And obviously, that kind of business have to come sometime with fire, get out, never come back, and it's a time to move on. That's a part of the job. When you sign as a GM, after you sign as a coach, at some point you're going to get fired. Between the first day to the last day, you try to make that team better, stronger, successful, and you're going to leave at some point. And when you leave, you said, if I accomplished that, when I took that team and I made that team better, I did my job with that team. And hopefully have another opportunity after that. And this is the reason tonight I want to talk about the fixer, Patrik Laine. And I apologize, guys, when I'm in like I am right now, when I have my passion go through my DNA and go from my heart to go to the mic, to the camera, that's who I am. I'm far, guys, to be an expert. I'm far to be an expert. I don't have no many knowledgeable about hockey. But what I have, not more at you, I have the passion about the Montreal Canadiens, had the passion about hockey, and I just try to learn to become better as a guy want to learn about the game. on many ways. The mindset, the mental of the game, the vision of the game, the system of the game, and the Montreal Canadiens versus everything. So for me, this is the reason I do that purpose of that channel. And hopefully we can grow that channel properly the right way and it become a channel with information, but also with facts. And you can learn something you never heard somewhere, or maybe just hanging here as a friend, as a member of the family of the Hockey Nation, the Habs Nation. This is the purpose of that channel. That's it. That's all. Guys, I do this for almost 5 years. At the Labor Day, the next day, the Tuesday night, we're going to start. It will be the 5th anniversary. You know, that would be 48 months I do this show. I've never had 1 month. I'm open heart right now. Never have 1 month I make more money to make that channel to be sure I can survive. You're crazy, coach. Maybe I am. But you know what? I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. And I make a ton of great friends and through my 48 months. That's equal priceless. I don't know how long I can do it. But for me, this is the reason why I show up the night. And I try to make this show entertaining, fun, and a little bit more about learning about the game and about your Montreal Canadiens. So hopefully tonight, guys, you have a great show and you enjoy it. We're not done yet. We have an extra 15 minutes, 13 minutes. We can talk about the Montreal Canadiens. I did not look any comments in the chat, and I apologize. When I'm alone, when I'm really into it, I'm just want to sharing, and hopefully one person, only one, learn something tonight. If I do that, I make the reason, the purpose of the show tonight. I don't want you on the wall. I just want to helping someone to understand a little bit better the game. And hopefully that's happening tonight. So thanks for being with us. The only thing I ask of you, click on the likes. And let's finish in what we got. Don't forget tomorrow night we have another show. Guys, tomorrow night the Notebook with Marco Larabi and Artap and possible Calgary ML. I need to figure out. And then, of course, we are back Sunday night. The Montreal Expos guy was postponed tonight. It was rain out. We have a storm. We're going to be back with Patrik Laine, with the Montreal Expos next Tuesday, guys. Don't please. I apologize. I understand. It's just sometimes I have to go with the big news. Don't forget my video tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow morning. It's about the Montreal. It's about Patrik Laine. The highlights of Patrik Laine. And I did not do any comments on that video. I just show Patrik Laine goal, picture, and music background. But watch who is Patrik Laine. I hope the video we're going to see tomorrow, that kind of player we're looking for. Strong. Is faster what you think he is. Protect the puck very well. His accuracy is amazing. His one-timer shot is good. His quick release is amazing. His wrist shot is so good. As this not count, guys, you're going to realize he can pass the puck. He have a good vision. He have a great hands. Stick angling is good. This is a guy, a top player we can get. If you think about this, Montreal Canadiens right now have a lot of great NHL draft picks, first round. Sakaski, Suzuki, Caulfield, Newhook, Kirby Doc, and we have Dimitov's coming. Then we have Patrik Laine. The bottom six, not there. Defenseman, Logan Mailloux. We have David Rebacker. Two of them draft first round pick. We're getting there. But Montreal Canadiens getting better and better. So let's go see what we got in the chat tonight about that. Todd, I'm excited for the season, so start now. For Todd Lorette, welcome to the show. Don't forget to click on the likes. PLW. Yeah, just keep teasing that expose show. It's all good. I'm ready. Grayson, Dawson, Rain, Moses, Adu. PLL, no problem. I appreciate that, Carter. Roger Delaney is in the house. I call you all the chat. Ski is not the problem. It becoming a big part of the solution. Please keep in mind because Ski often play at the high risk at time on the and yes, he would consider too. Bob is excited for the season. Bob Sully, the present goaltending duo on the albatross around the wreck neck of the Canadiens. I don't think so. I think Montreal Canadiens have a really negative about Montembeault and Primo. I don't think so. I think you have a great article today about Montembeault. I think Montembeault is underrated in NHL. I think it is. I think Montembeault is underrated in NHL. One Montreal Canadiens are going to be better structure system from the forward with the defenseman, protect the high danger shot, protect better cut, less shot on the net. You're going to see a Montembeault, a good goaltender in NHL. You're going to see him below 3.00. You're going to see his goal again average lower, and you're going to see his save percentage better. His GSVA is one of the best in NHL already. I think we don't give him enough credit for him. The best example, guys, Laurent Brossoit. Laurent Brossoit has been a backup number 2 with the Winnipeg Jets last season. One of the best in NHL. Now, I can't wait to see Laurent Brossoit with the Chicago Blackhawks this year. I'm going to bring you guys this case of Laurent Brossoit number versus Samuel Montembeault all year long. All year long. We're going to see if Brossoit is the same going kind of goaltender with the Winnipeg Jets at 2.5, save percentage at 9.10 with the Chicago Blackhawks. We're going to see what will be the result of that one. Harry, welcome back in the house. Franco Iacono is in the house. Welcome back, my friend, because of the strike where there was the best heart. Through a riot, but we are rebuilding. Sometimes you have to wait for the pipeline. Cannot cut corner, rush the process at a time. Great point about this, Bob. They say Al Fuller, they say Al Dobez. And again, many of you are put Montembeault out. Montembeault can become a great goaltender, backup number 2 behind Jacob Fuller. At some point, you're going to fight for his spot with Tobesh. And we don't talk yet about Valentin, the goaltender with the Richard team. He's going to start the season at VHL. The time will tell us about that. Not a goaltender is fine with Montembeault, Primo, and Fuller on the way. Question, Willie Snyder, welcome back. Thanks again for all the light we got tonight. Do you see Montembeault getting the number 1 this season? And do you think so many start at the Georgie showing? No, Willie. Now, you compare I think the highest number to goal start in NHL was Jeff last year with the Colorado Avalanche, 63-64. Montembeault between 50 to 55. That will be my expectation with that. I expect Montembeault at 2.8 next year. I still believe he's going to be above average on the save percentage. And then I believe he's going to be again a top 10 goaltender on the GSVA. Goal save value average stat in NHL. Put this all together, that's my number expectation, Woody, about that. By the way, tomorrow night, guys, about expectation, and I make another great graphics, guys, to understand. And NHL, the second period, the long stretch changing for the player bench, from the bench. What's the impact behind that? I have stat for the goal. I have a stat for the power play, the stat of the second period, third period. A little bit what I did with the Montreal Canadiens, but more for the NHL. I'll give you an idea if you think it's helping or it's really bad to have a second period long change by the team. Henry, back in the house. The puck on Laine, sick as the weather or not, is put used in the position 2 years down the road, on the road. Maybe by then Laine buy into the system and would take less than normally might. But with the GSVA, our soft goal subtract not allowed, right? This is a contrast. The GSVA guy is save what you make the team don't give a goal against. So Montembeau stat example, the GSVA is minus 37 on one specific area. So minus 37, he's supposed to have 37 more goals against a Montreal Canadiens, but Montembeau make a save. In front of him, Chesterkin, Swimmin, Alibak, Poprowski. You talk about the best of the best, and now you have Montembeau with them. This is the reason the GSVA is so important stat in NHL. The underrated number analytic data is so important to evaluate a goaltender, and one part is the GSVA. Then after that is the high danger shot example. This is another way you have to look about that stat. Montembeau was 14 in NHL. For all the goalies in NHL, not only the 32 starter, all the goalies. So this is really where you have to understand the reason Montembeau is stat is so good on the analytic, make an underrated goaltender. With a better team, Montembeau, he become better automatically because he make the save when a team is really poor in front of him. That's the reason you have to qualify Montembeau underrated. Now, he's not a top 10 goaltender, but I'm telling you right now, he's in the middle of the NHL goaltender between 15 to 20 to 22 in NHL. With a better team, with a successful team, Montembeau is going to deliver great number, great result, a great outcome for the Montreal Canadiens. Not more to any other goaltender are not good. Imagine the number of Vasilevsky last year. 2.90 is worst save percentage with the team he has in front of him. Who had a better year, Montembeau or Vasilevsky? Montembeau. Look his number, analytic number. That's the reason behind that. And let's see what we got here. Mr. Harry, congratulations. RG Calabo, thanks so much for all the likes. Laine is now the most talented player. Just need to bring that talent every game he has not done in the last 4 years. I agree with you and 26 about that. Obviously, that's what I said. What kind of the player you get? The Patrik Laine the first 4 years or the Patrik Laine the next 4 years, right? This is the reason we have to figure out that the 305 game or the 175 game. And that's the reason I said the risk, the rewards, and the time will tell us exactly what I want to have. But I'm so strong. I believe with the structure, the Montreal Canadiens, the culture, the locker room, the coach, the staff, the development coach, the scout, they are so in great position to give Patrik Laine all the tools to become the Patrik Laine they saw a couple of years ago. This is my feeling. This is my projection. This is my observation. But I could be so wrong at the end of the day. And like I said always, I will always tell you when I'm right or when I'm wrong. And that's the time we tell us. Only the time we tell us. But what happening, we'll see for Patrik Laine. Let's see what we got here, guys. I have a couple of more minutes. I know it's 10 o'clock. We can get out. But if you want to add more conversation in the chat, guys, let me know. I'm going to finish this look at one game. One game. But Roy, one game, right? The only reason Montreal Canadiens win or lose, is it because the goaltender or because the team? So if I see you Roy, how you thinking? Look about Montembeau win loss, right? But what about Nick Suzuki? What about Cole Caulfield? What about Juraj Sikorsky? What about Mike Madison? What about Kirby Dach? What about Gallagher? All of them, the win and the lose are the same number like Samuel Montembeau. That's equal. Look, Connor Bedard. Look his win last year. Look his last year, Roy. It's worse at all the players for the Montreal Canadiens. So if I follow what you just said, the win-loss, Bedard is a bad player. You make what you don't do well, right? Is this: you make an evaluation of the players with an evaluation of the team. It's two different concepts. That's what you have to understand. You evaluate the players' his performance as the players. If I took Nick Suzuki, Roy, well, what I'm looking for Nick Suzuki is how many goals he does, how many assists he does, how many points he does, and then the details of his game. I have to go about what he looked like on power play, on the 5 versus 5, on the defensive zone coverage, his Corsi, his Fenwich, his face-up percentage, his number of the hit, and I can go all the way. A GF, the XGF example, right? His shot attempts, his missing shot, the block shot, and the turnover, his giveaway. That's how I evaluate a players. But at the end of the day, Roy, I wouldn't have said, hey, Nick Suzuki, you're not a good player because the win and the lose at the end of the day of your team is not good. This is what you have to understand. The evaluation of the players by his stats, analytics, versus the evaluation of the players versus a team evaluation where you're going to see what we do. You have to look is win, the loss, the number of the point, and then you go deeper. The power play, special team, goal for, goal again, and I can go all the way like that. This is the difference between the both of that. Mr. Marco is in the house, and then we have Franco is in the house. So Mr. Nicolas de Goubi Bono knocked the door. Grinch is in the house tonight. Don't forget to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. Here we go. Yes, Ari. Pizza. I think they will set up Laine all day. Roy should have more assists last year, but he need to play with better talent. Henry, I believe, coach Franco with the channel dues. Maybe talk with NR I like that. You welcome, Russell. Merci beaucoup, Harry. The channel. Andy, AK is now. Go watch some completion video of Laine goal. Whether is Winnipeg Jet is a poor scorer. Andy, I missed that one, guys. I apologize. Oh my God, I forgot that one, guys. This is the video going to be released tomorrow morning, guys. You're going to see different goal of Patrik Laine by his speed, by his move, and the way he carrying the puck. You see a vision of his teammate on the eyes. Look, his quick release, guys. Patrik Laine, you're going to see those kind of the video tomorrow. And AK, thanks so much. I close. You remind me. I apologize, guys. I make a video to show to you tonight, but I don't know time. Look, there's one-timer shot. And the reason why you have a picture of Patrik Laine every 12 seconds, because this is a copyright, guys, by NHL. They not want to allow me to put all together. If I want to make money on videos, I have to put those kind of pictures. But look at his hands. Look the way he sick angling the puck, Patrik Laine. And his quick release on the wrist shot. Look, this is a great wrist shot again for Patrik Laine. This is a one-timer shot. And his accuracy to go top, bow down on that one example, right? You're going to see that shot or his wrist shot low over the under the blocker or under the glove. And again, look his speed. Now he controls the puck, second angling again, carrying the puck in front of the net. The cut in front of the net, guys. Look, another great move. And then boom, in the net. This is what AK talk about. This is what the highlights of Patrik Laine. This video will be released tomorrow morning, guys. Again, this move again. Quick release over the glove. This is a great shot on the blocker on the left side. Right there. And that's all you get, guys, for Patrik Laine. So that video, guys, will be released tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, something like that. Next season, when Dimitar get here, we will actually have a too good power play line. Thanks again, AK, for that one. I appreciate that. And the house, Bob, as suggested, not really a slot of between the phase of the marks. The chant, not from for that one. Franco, Luciano, and Franco, AK, Roy, contribution coach, contribution to the team. Yeah, contribution is a great word to use that one. There are 60 people watching and have a 57 like. A great work, Todd. Sometimes, Todd, reload your page. It give you a little bit better the right number. I think we have approximately 80 likes right now. I don't have how many people watch tonight the show. Marco, here, any of the report that came out about Laine Centrate, Mathieu Perreault said he was a good teammate. Jean-Luc Grandpierre reported it can be really hard to be around when he's not happy. Grandpierre said that he refused to use his shot when he is not scoring. Hopefully, nothing can keep him in a good head space. For that, what does the rep besides some name mean? The range about some name mean. I don't know which one, Todd, you talk about. Are you welcome, Todd? Saw the Perreault interview. I take guys who play with him opinion. Harry, welcome back. Good night, bonne nouvelle. And it is a chance to make hockey history. Yeah, Bob, make me feel good about Laine. See, that's from Perreault. At one point, Marco, we all throw that Laine is a strange bird, but it's often he can case with a special player. So let all the can hit with him. Yeah, I like that point. Is PLW consider him a strange bird. Listen, guys. The Montreal Expos have Pasquale Perez. The Montreal Expos have Spaceman Bill Lee. The Montreal Expos have Dick Williams. Patrik Laine maybe bring some kind of entertaining at the game. We'll see. Great point, AK, about this. His father died last season. They was very close. Maybe the reason to be grumpy. Right. Now, sometimes, guys, some players are really pity. I will give you Mike Hoffman. I don't like to use always Mike Hoffman, but this is the guy came with the Montreal Canadiens with expectation to be a good power play goal. Mike Hoffman did not accept to be criticized. Mike Hoffman did not accept to be a good teammate. Remember the situation with Eric Carlson with Ottawa? Mike Hoffman was involved with that. But Mike Hoffman did not accept to have a second role with the Montreal Canadiens. So he was using his own unhappiness over the team. This is not going to happen with Montreal Canadiens. I can promise you that. The locker room is so good. So what's happening there? You have to accept your role. You have to adapt where you at during the time of your career to accept where the team are looking for from you. If Patrik Laine have low expectation with the way the Montreal expect him to perform, if there are no pressure of the fans to let him play alone, Patrik Laine will be happy in Montreal Canadiens. And I think that make me more safe to say Laine will be fine with the Montreal Canadiens. Like I said, my expectation is 34 goals. He reached 28, but the Montreal play better. Montreal Canadiens is more excited to watch. Montreal Canadiens are fun to watch. And a win-win at the end of the day. That's simple. That way I see that. Patrick Seifel was a calm down. This is Genius. How many of these strange birds are on the baseball team, basketball team, football team? Only a Hockey Nation that cannot leave those special letters. PLW. I'm going to finish the show that way, guys. It's 9:10 or 10:10 for you guys. I'm going to leave the building very soon. But give me, I like that one, Patrick. Give me player was special bird in NHL. Sean Avery. Who else? What a special bird in NHL. A special bird is the behaviors, is body language. I can go all the way like this, right? So give me name of you think, special bird. Dave Schultz. Red Baron, not Red Berenson. Who was the Kelly from the Flyers? Ken Linsman is a special bird? Claude Lemieux, is it a special bird? I don't know. Give me some name. We're going to finish the show, guys. Don't forget, please, to click on the likes if you don't mind. Parfait, mon Harry. Jim Scott is in the house tonight. Welcome back. I think that was okay, goalie, all the strange bird by default. Harry, I like that one for sure. I personally think Laine just want to be best version of him. Often some designer or key coach just have the wrong pressure. That's a great point about this. Billy, on the first time he saw the big O, this is where the Christian met the the death loud spaceman to his B. Despite I work with the Montreal Exposed guys, and Bill Lee, remember? I think it was Dick Williams. He was the coach. He was looking to bring Bill Lee as a reliever during the game, and they cannot find Bill Lee at the locker and the bullpen. They check on the locker room. He left already. He was already at the bar downtown in Montreal during the game with the Montreal Expo. So we'll talk about this next week, by the way. I'm a goalie, RDP. Chicago Bear, Nick is in the house. Nick, hopefully you're doing well. Don't forget, guys, to click on like. If any players does not like media attention, then Montreal is the wrong place for him to play. Great point about this. Larry Robinson, talk about the big bird. Bob Z. Kadri Willie. Patrik Laine was quite considered a special bird. Here we go. When he has some good setup players, you have sorry about this. AK about him. Tiger William. Here we go. That's a good point about that. Theo Fleury towards the end of his career at DP. Yager was his friend's cat at the time. Great. N26. Gino Ojik was a special bird. Gino Ojik, guys, I met him. When I was working with the Laval, with the Morissette brothers. Gino Adjic was, I don't know if what, under Michel Terrien or Bob or Pierre Kramer, Gino Adjic. I'm not sure. Costizin brother was special bird. Larry Robinson was a special big bird. We have there to do amazing with check. Franco, who remember the check, the hip check by Don Harry, Popovich, Emelin. Jeff Hackett was also a special bird. Interesting about that. Billy Smith is a running star. Luc Laporcine, Noel said, I love it. Suppose Laine does well in Montreal over the next 2 years. Does use resign him for the first year. Gave fact it will command over $10 million in our tap. I'm not sure we get $10 million. I would be concerned in our tap to give him a long-term. That will remind me, guys, Evander Kane. Kane could be a special bird, by the way. In our tap. Others give him a 5 years contract. That would be the maximum. I will have to resign him for 3 years. Now, the next 2 years, Laine will be 29 years old. On the target, on the NHL, if he scores 40 goals, he's going to get a ton of money. Maybe Montreal will going to let him go. Paulin Portello. Ron Lafleur selling base after doing all the time best story redemption. Yeah, Ron Lafleur. That's a special bird. Ron Lafleur. I always like guys and baseball. I know I'm not supposed to talking about Montreal Exposed, but I really like guys, the underdog players and any sport. Like for the Montreal Exposed guy, I always like Pepe Frias. I don't know why. I really love Pepe Frias. I really love Rex Adler. You know, the Jacques Beauchamp trophy with the Montreal Exposed, with the Montreal Canadiens, right? The Popovich, the Emelin, the Mike Kane. The 4th star, the 5th star of the team. The one does the 30 job for the team. I always love those kind of players. Jerry Manuel. Jerry White. No, I'm talking about exposed. I apologize, guys. I'm not supposed to talking. Matthew Barnaby. I agree with you about this. Kessel. Yeah, I can see that one. King of the Gamer. Nope, 3C. About that, I miss King of Gamer. How long before Owen Beck take the place that they were wrecked? Would you consider him an upgrade? Not yet. I did not see Owen Beck yet. I think a long term it could become an upgrade. I think it would take 2 years before Owen Beck become a solid third center in his shot. A good year with Laval Rocket, a good year with the Montreal Canadiens. Year number 3, Owen Beck. Where the Montreal Canadiens are going to be at the right spot at the right time to get that one, the players. About that. Darcy Tucker, another one, special bird, Chicago. Chicago right now is with the DNC. John Kozik was special bird. PLW, one I think about him at some point. I almost said his name, PLW. Félicitations, by the way, Harry, by the way. Claude Lemieux is another one. Alan Eglinson. Alan Eglinson, well done, well said. And after, can we consider Mike Kinnon? Tortorella? Which call was a special bird? Floyd Smith? I don't know. Thanks so much, RJ. This channel is a special bird. Lucky to be a part of it. Oh, Franco, very kind of you, my friend. Well said. Carlos Perez and the ball. Yes, Carlos Perez and one. The hope would be on the third line, won the contract for the playoff. I agree with you, King of Gamer, about that. James Schoenfeld. Yeah. Forsberg was a really special bird. Bergeron, oui, my Michel Bergeron was a special bird. Yeah, look, and Patrick, you name it. Yeah, you know, Robbie Storek. Remember, is it Storek? He sent the bench. He threw a bench on the ice, and on the East Coast, okay, guys, on the continent, I scout a lot the lower level, the CHL, the WPHL, the Western Professional Hockey League, guys, the East Coast Hockey League at the 80s and 90s. It was not pretty. John Brophy, Harold Ballard, Roger Nelson, and 26. Willie said Ray Book. Special bird, I was go to the pretty Asian undershirt lady undershirt. Yeah, she was better at to see Ronald Corey or the Usher. Go Abs, go King. Do you still believe in the Sean Farrell and his ice? No, King of Gamer. No, I don't believe anymore. Riley Kidney, Xavier Zimano, obviously. Why? What the size? Secondly, they have to perform so good this year. And the structure of the Montreal Canadiens are going to get better asset. You think now to add Michael Edge, you have to think about maybe Florent Jacquet could be a monster at some point by the size. You have to think about the next NHL draft player 2025 for the Montreal Canadiens. You have to think about Dimitrov in front of them. I don't see that. From all of them, and I would say that the only way I consider Philippe Mézard over Farrell and Kidney is maybe the same size, 5'10", but the speed of Mézard could helping him. But it's a long shot. Now Montreal Canadiens are targeting 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", strong, fast, skill, talented. There's going to add forechecking, grit. This is going to get for the Montreal Canadiens the next couple of years. Joe Canelli, junior, okay, oh, now if you go to junior, guys, we can be here for a long night. Yes, sir, my friend Bob's, and I will show guys my last part of the show tonight, and I try to stay a little bit on the theme, on the concept of the show tonight. Here we go. That's going to conclude another Habs Nation special edition show tonight. We talk about the fixer. I'm talking about Patrik Laine. Now, don't forget tomorrow night we have a special show with the notebook Marco Larabie. Then we have another show, Montreal Exposed, another show. The postponed show is going to be now the August 27th. And then, of course, don't forget Sunday night, the weekly report with NR And then if you have any question, send me a question, guys, at the mailbag. I answer of them. And Jimbo is one of them. Send me a couple of questions. Charles did it also. I reply to you, not the next day, but I take me a couple of days to reply for all the email. You send this to askcoachfrenchy@gmail.com. This is the place, guys, you can get that email. Thanks for the super chat abonation tonight. Thanks for the moderator Luciano and Artap. Thanks for RJ Calabro on the update report. And thanks for all of you to follow and contribute and be with me every single night. Hopefully that show will make you to understand a bit more about the fixer Patrik Laine. Don't forget my video tomorrow morning about the highlight Patrik Laine. And I can't wait. We getting close at the upcoming season 2024-2025. And of course,
you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
High five, all of you. There we go. High five each one of you guys for your great participation. A lot of great comments from people in the chat. We know who they are. And the new people, thanks for subscribing. And again, don't forget, every day we did a video about the Montreal Canadiens. And I can't wait. We're getting better as a team to follow. And thanks for each one of you. Until the next time, my friend, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the second half of what? Luc la personne. Luc said 2024. You're absolutely right about that, Luc. And of course, the Hockey Nation Show and the Habs Nation want to tell you one more thing, sir. We love you, friends. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern Time. Thanks, everyone. Booyah!